Hello everybody, this is AG here and welcome to the Iowa Speedway here in Newton, Iowa. We are only 6 races away from crowning a champion here in the Wawa Cup Series for 2025. And we got ourselves a very interesting slate of races until we get to that point at Darlington 31 days from now. Yes, 31 days from now, August 31st, when we have the Melliello Southern 500 from the Darlington Raceway. Tonight it's July 31st, so 31 days until we crown a champion. 1 month away. And we got ourselves a tie for the points lead between Daniel Paulus Jr. and Duncan Ward coming into this race here from the Iowa Speedway tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. It's the Iowa Corn 350. 88 laps around this 7/8 of a mile speedway in Newton, Iowa. Later tonight, we got the Light Series here, which I've already recorded. It's a great race. You absolutely want to check that out, and I'm sure the Sprint Series was a lot of fun last night. We have a lot of fun. This is a fun racetrack here at the Iowa Speedway. Uncharted qualifying, of course, as we know, the top 5, they advance on to the race, and then the highest hot seat driver advances on as well. If the highest hot seat driver is already in the top 5, then the 6th place finisher will advance on to the race. And no surprise to see Darian Arnstorff the fastest time right now in the number 11 machine. He's actually made the Fast 6 a couple of times this season. He's had an excellent run and looking to be the highest uncharted driver in the points. Though he's got to be careful. Only has himself a 23-point lead ahead of Zayden Davidson right now in that fight. And of course the highest uncharted driver will get a reserve to be a Wawa Cup Series full-time driver next season. So we'll see what the number 11 can do once we get into regular qualifying, because it looks like he's going to make it. He also got Eric Monaco on the 45 going to get back in the show, and he just went to the top of the board in the number 45 machine. Great run for him. Our hot seat drivers for this week: number 42 machine, that is Joshua Neely. Number 14 is Alexander Rowe. Of course, Alexander Rowe looking very strong and looking to have a good run in the Light Series tonight. He's the leader in the East Series currently. Nathan Meyer in the number 91 machine for Evans Ross Racing. And then the number 90 is Christian Vargas. Right now, Alexander Rowe, the last driver in. Of course, I can't really remember. I don't think we have had to fall back on the hot seat provisional once this season. Maybe we have, I cannot remember, but we got 5 of the full-timers and 5 of the best full-timers who are in the top 5 right now, with Eric Monaco leading, Zayden Davidson, Darian Arnstorff, Hallie Anderson Jr., and Carson Miller. Those have been the 5 best of these uncharted full-timers so far this season. And Nathan Meyer right now with the hot seat provisional there in the 6th position for Evans Ross Racing. So leaving the number 14 of Alexander Rowe a little ways behind right there. And so is the 90 machine, Christian Vargas, 42 of Joshua Neely. And Alexander Rowe got close, but not close enough to get to the 91's time. Not going to be able to advance on, and the 91 just advanced his time just a little bit into the top 5 right now. Great run there for Nathan Meyer. Hallie Anderson Jr. now on the bubble, so Alexander Rowe can get to that 92 and have a chance. Carson Miller just went to the top of the board. We saw how strong Appalachia Motorsports was with Carson Miller, Nicholas Zambinio more particularly at Indianapolis last weekend. I have a good feeling about this team this weekend as well. And I know Logan Williams would love to see that, as he's still got a chance at this title. He's only 40 points behind. We'll see what Paulus and Duncan Ward end up doing. Of course, Paulus is officially the points leader now, with 6 races left to go in the chase. And now you got both of those drivers, both of those hot seaters, Alexander Rowe and the 91 of Nathan Meyer, actually tied right now for that 5th position. Alexander Rowe would hold the tiebreaker on points, because he does have more points than Nathan Meyer in the Wawa Cup Series specifically. 48 points compared to 6 points. Nathan Meyer, I don't think Nathan Meyer's actually made a race this season. If I'm not mistaken, those 6 points came from the Melliello duel at Daytona earlier this year. So Nathan Meyer looking to race in his first Wawa Cup Series event. And now you got the 2 of Aaron Lukes right at the end, knocking his way into the top 5. And Nathan Meyer is on the bubble with Alex in a row right behind him. We'll see if this 14 machine can find his way around the 91. Get all 4 of the Gradden Autosport cars in this race. Doesn't look like Nathan Meyer Nathan Meyer improved his time, I should say. And he will make it into the show for the Iowa Corn 350. How about that for Nathan Meyer? And how about that for Aaron Lukes as well? Right at the end, making it into the show. Carson Miller, Darian Arnsdorf, Zayden Davidson, Eric Monaco, Aaron Lukes, and Nathan Meyer are in the show here from the Iowa Speedway. Alex in a row, Hallie Anderson Jr., Dylan Matthews, J.R. Rebelton, Christian Vargas, Jared Martin, Joshua Neely, Johnson Jameson all failed to qualify. Let's go ahead and get on to Group A here from the Iowa Speedway. And here we go for Group A from the Iowa Speedway. And this will feature our points leader, Daniel Paulus Jr. in the number 54. And no points at all. They are tied. Paulus and Duncan Ward going into this race. 6 races left to go, and then it's 23 behind to Isaac Nichols, 25 behind the Kiersebel, and 30 behind to Ludovic Charette, who won last week at Indianapolis. All it takes is one mechanical failure for that points lead to dwindle significantly. And of course, there is really no points lead at this point. Both Paulus and Duncan Ward have the same number of points. So we will have to see how it ends up shaking out for Paulus in this race. And as well for Ludovic Charette. We'll see if she can get any momentum and have a shot at moving her way up to Paulus and Duncan Ward. It's going to be interesting to see if Paulus and Duncan Ward can hold on to their respective positions in the points. Chris Paulus has so many top 5s in the past. 13 races, 12 and 13. Chris Ludovic Charette, the winner of the last race, only 2 wins on the season for her. In that number 51 machine for Gradden Autosport. Lord Chung in the number 20. Trey Bartow in the 4. There's Logan Williams in the 95. He's 7th in the standings, 40 points behind. I mentioned in uncharted qualifying, I feel like these guys at Appalachian Motorsports are going to have a pretty solid run in this race. I think this is a track that suits them well. We'll see if that ends up being the case for Logan Williams. This could also be a good race for Blaine Keys in the number 32 machine for Pacific Racing. Blaine Keys, 2 wins on the season, Chicagoland and Dover. Both went to the number 32. Right now you got Tanner Parton in the number 97, who is the fastest. And now Paulus back up front in the 54 machine with the fastest time. Now we saw in the Uncharted session that these times got faster and faster as the session went along. So I think we'll see a lot of that here in Group A and in Group B. We'll see how it ends up shaking out in the Fast 6, see who makes it on. Of course, top 3 from each group advance on to the Fast 6. Avery Alford. And the number 13 is second quickest, and then the 95 of, well, it was a 95 of Logan Williams. Ludovic Charette has moved her way to the top of the board, and now Avery Alford back up there as well in the number 13. I'm trying to find Alford out there. There he is. A lot of speed in that 13 machine for Team Williams. And Paulus back to the top of the board in the number 54. Blaine Keys now up to the 4th position, and Logan Williams now in 7th. In the number 95. But Carson Miller there, though, his teammate. Carson Miller is the guy at Appalachian Motorsports who's found a lot of speed as of late. I think he made the Fast 6 last week in Indianapolis. We're going to start 9th in tomorrow night's race, but what a surprise. Both of the GRT cars, the main 2 GRT cars, up in the top 3. Paulus with the fastest time so far. Ladovic's right there in 2nd. And then you had Avery Alford holding on to the last spot going into the Fast 6. Zayden Davison has just gone to 7th, and that's going to push Logan Williams to 15th. See some of our other chasers. Logan or Laura Chung in the 14th position. Not a good run for her. And how about Thomas Troxel? Moving his way into the top 3 right there to make it into the Fast 6 for now. Avery Alford now looking to start in the 7th position. And Blaine Keys in 9th. Carson Miller looking to start 11th. Logan Williams still there in the 8th position. That'll be 16th. Now he is, not 16th, but 15th. That'll be 17th now for him. He's now down in the 9th position with Bernardo de Oliveira there up to the 8th spot. Isaac Nichols is 10th. That's a 19th place starting position for Nichols. Laura Chung going down 16th. That is 31st starting position for the driver, the number 20. Not at all a good start for her, if that ends up being the case. But Paulus and Ladovic, they're 2 of the best drivers that we got out here on the racetrack, and they have shown that here in qualifying time and time again this season. And Paulus actually finally got his first pole last week in Indianapolis. He might go back-to-back. It'll be Paulus, Charette, and Troxel who are in the Fast 6 here from the Iowa Speedway. Avery Alford will start 7th. Blaine Keys will start 9th. Carson Miller will start in the 11th position. Zayden Davidson will start 13th. Bernardo de Oliveira will start 15th. Logan Williams will start 17th. Isaac Nichols will start 19th. Tanner Parton will start 21st. Aaron Lukes will start 23rd. Trey Bartow will start 25th. Leonard Kochmer will start 27th. Bruno Diacomo will start 29th. Laura Chung will start 31st. Roberto Crown Jr. will start 33rd. Philip Torres will start 35th. Brad Stover will start 37th. Drew Webb will start 39th. And Rogaldorm will start in the 41st position for tomorrow night's Iowa Corn 350 here from the Iowa Speedway. Let's move on to Group B and see who joins Paulus, Charette, and Troxel in the Fast 6. And here we go for Group B. And, of course, we can see who joins Troxel, Charette, and Paulus from that group. It's going to be very interesting to see if anyone can beat Charette or Paulus, who have combined for a total of 7 poles this season in 26 races. Ladovic Charette, of course, has 6 of those, and Paulus won the pole last week at Indianapolis. Duncan Ward is in this one, and it's going to be very interesting to see where he ends up. If he can make it into the Fast 6 and have a shot at possibly starting ahead of Paulus, or possibly even getting the pole and getting the bonus point towards the championship to break the tie going into the race. So that's how important qualifying is. Get those extra points for winning the pole positions, and that's actually why Paulus is currently the points leader. Even though he is tied, he does hold the tiebreaker on the amount of wins that he has this season, 5-4. That 1 pole gives him 1 extra point to be able to tie with Duncan Ward. Bryce Egan in the number 9. 91 there, Nathan Meyer, I believe. Like I said, this is his first start of the season in the Wawa Cup Series. Attempted the Daytona 500 and did not qualify, did not race his way in, though he had a great run in the Mello Jewel. Did not end up going his way in that one. Jack Haas in the number 39, 36 points behind. Still within contention. Kiersebel also in this session as well. Both Jack Haas and Kiersebel had a very good run at North Wilkesboro Speedway. Jack Haas actually almost won that race, but it was Kiersebel who ended up getting the race victory in that one. We'll have to see if they have a strong run tomorrow night. Nathan Smith in the 06 has not had a strong run in the chase. He's 87 behind. A couple of mechanical failures early on have taken him out of contention essentially at this point, but it's a lot that this team has learned at Parker Davis Enterprises, kind of the 3rd team there at the GRT Alliance, though they're the only GRT team to have both of their drivers make the chase. They had a total of 3 wins on the season between their two drivers, Nathan Smith and Isaac Nichols. There's Nicholas Samedeo in the 59 machine. Won his 30th career race here in the Truck Series last fall. He's won once since that event, looking for number 32. So is Blaine Keys, so is Zachary Fitzwater. All looking to get win number 32 and break the tie. Matthew Hubert is at the top of the board currently, but he's coming back down the pit lane, so we'll see if that time ends up standing. I doubt that it will, because the three fastest times all were 22.3s in Group A. And I just don't know if that's going to necessarily stand here through Group B. Jack Haas has just gone to the top four. These guys are much lower than what we saw. Here's Duncan Ward in the number 23 trying to find his way into that Fast 6 and have a shot at Paulus and trying to keep up with him and have an opportunity at the championship. The only, well, one of two chase drivers now. Did win Indianapolis. One of two chase drivers who have won in the chase so far this season. Duncan Ward, 23 is 0.52. That is not at all what you want going into this. 19th right now. And you see Travis Crampton, who is inside that top three, just went to the top of the board. In the number 98, it is Crampton, Nathan Smith, and Nicholas Samedeo, who are the Fast Six at the moment. Jack Haas on the outside looking in, same with Hubert. None of these guys anywhere close to the times that we saw from our drivers in Group A who made it on. Duncan Ward in the 23 machine is 17th currently. There is no speed in that car, which is quite ironic considering just how good he's been up to this point. He has struggled in qualifying significantly. Nicholas Samedeo just moved his way back in. It's Eric Monaco in the 45 who he has found the speed in this Racing Motorsports machine, and if Monaco makes it into the Valvoline 400, I think he is the driver to beat in that race once we get to Daytona. He's got to make it into that race, of course, in order to have an opportunity, but oh, look at that tie right there between Samedeo and Alex Amantali for that last spot. Jack Haas and Travis Crampton both in. Crampton, a terrible run at Indianapolis last week, putting him in this awkward position. Duncan Ward has improved up to 7th, but that's still 14th. He's done for the night in qualifying, so he's not going to be any higher than that. And Samantali just went to the top of the board, knocking Samedeo out. Braden Perez went up to 4th. You see in these sessions, the tires, they warm up and then they get faster as the session goes along. Very, very unique stuff. So Samedeo looking to start 10th. And Monaco just jumped him again, so Samedeo now looking to start in the 12th position as it's Sam Natali, Jack Haas, and Travis Crampton in the top three. Crampton on the bubble currently. Eric Monaco, first driver outside looking in. That would be an 8th place start for Monaco if it holds. And no improvement of his time right there. These guys definitely found some speed. How about Alex Samantali out of nowhere? Up to the top of the board here in Group B. He's going to be going for the pole here from the Iowa Speedway. Much different set of drivers than what we had in Group A. And Travis Crampton, Jack Haas, and Alex Samantali making it onto the Fast Six here from the Iowa Speedway, joining Troxel, Ludovic Charette, and Daniel Paulus Jr. Eric Monaco will start 8th in the number 45. Braden Perez will start 10th. Nicholas Samedeo will start 12th. Nathan Smith will start 14th. Duncan Ward will start 16th in the number 23. Darian Arnsdorf will start in the 18th position. Nathan Meyer will start 20th. Andrew Miller will start 22nd. Matthew Hubert will start 24th. Angel Gutierrez will start 26th. Bryce Egan will start 28th. Brian Webb will start 30th. Kirsten Bell will be starting 32nd. That is awful for Kirsten Bell. 25 points behind. That's hard to recover from on a track like this. LJ Sameta will start 34th. Zachary Fitzwater will start 36th. Christian Master will start 38th. Jesse Turner will start 39th. Justin Zidell will start in the last position. Let's go ahead and move over to the Fast Six. Travis Crampton going to lead us off here for single car qualifying from the Iowa Speedway. And Travis Crampton going to be your first driver out here in the Fast Six. And trying to rebound after a awful run at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Actually qualified quite well in that race. I believe started top 10 and just fell like a rock early on in the race and never recovered from it. 10th in the points right now for Crampton, not at all the position he wanted to be in, especially after how strong he was last year in the chase races, even though he did not make the chase. So actually was one of the best drivers in the chase, a lot like what Blaine Keys is now doing, even though he missed the chase. He has already gotten 2 wins in the chase so far this season. We'll see where Travis Crampton ends up slotting in. Will be a team owner next year, so this will be his last season as a driver. 22.970 for Crampton sets the benchmark. Let's move on to our next driver, Thomas Troxel in the 62. And Thomas Troxel next in line in the number 62 for Pacific Racing. 2-time winner this season at Auto Club and Texas. But mired by so many mechanical failures this season. If those mechanical failures, especially throughout the month of April, did not happen, he'd be in a much different position right now, but he's much deeper in the points than he's ever been, and we'll just have to see. He can rebound, have a good shot, and maybe getting this one tomorrow night from the Iowa Speedway, get his 3rd win of the season. It's kind of hard to believe that he's won this season. It's the way his season has gone. He's a 2-time winner this season. Not everyone can say that. He has the same exact number of wins as Ludovic Charette right now. Thomas Troxel across the line. 8.72. That's faster than Crampton, so Thomas Troxel now goes to the top of the board here at the Iowa Speedway. And Jack Haas in the number 39, as he still has a shot. He still has a shot at this title. We'll see if he can have a good run, maybe gain some points on Paulus and Ludovic, maybe get his 2nd win of the season. Only 1 win so far that came at Phoenix. Very similar racetrack to this one here. In a way, they have similar characteristics. His teammate, of course, Kiersabel, did not have a good run in qualifying, and she's going to be starting very deep in the field for tomorrow night's race. Jack Haas, on the other hand, will be on the other side of the field to begin tomorrow night. Got to beat a 22.872, just set by Thomas Troxel in the number 62 machine. And it's going to be an 8.82, so not enough for Jack Haas to get to Thomas Troxel here in Iowa Corn 350 qualifying. Ludovic Charette next in line, trying to get her 7th pole of the season. Of course, trying to back up the race victory from Indianapolis last week. Needs to beat a 22.872 set by Thomas Troxel in order to have an opportunity at winning the pole position here from the Iowa Speedway. It's the last season for Grattan Autosport as well. I know Stewart would love to win the championship with Ludovic Charette here in the team's last season. No, I haven't been paying attention to the miles per hour. No one cares about qualifying anyway. That's going to be enough. 8.59. That's top of the board for Ludovic Charette in the number 51. And Alex Savantali making it on to the Fast 6 here. Definitely a surprise this late in the season, considering the past few races he has had. He's really fallen off. He actually had a shot at making the chase, and right at the end ended up losing that opportunity. But he's got a shot at a pole position here tonight from the Iowa Speedway. I don't think he carried enough speed though into the corner to have any chance of Ludovic, unfortunately. But regardless of the fact, it will be a good starting position for Sam Vitale going into this Iowa Corn 350. Just have to see if it ends up translating into a good finish as well. I think he's still going for his first top 5 of the season. That's a 9.88. It's a notch below Travis Crampton, so it's once again either going to be Ludovic Charette or Daniel Paulus Jr. winning the pole here in the Wawa Cup Series. And our last driver, Daniel Paulus Jr. in the number 54, trying to win back-to-back poles and break the tie with Duncan Ward in the standings going into the race tomorrow night. We know these GRT cars have a lot of speed in them, and we know one of them is going to win a pole once again. Will it be Paulus or will it be Ludovic Charette? 8.59 is what Paulus needs to beat to have an opportunity at beating Ludovic in the qualifying session. And we'll see if he's got enough for across the line. Daniel Paulus Jr. goes to an 8.54, and it's back-to-back pole positions for Daniel Paulus Jr. here in the Wawa Cup Series. And there you have it. How about it once again? An all GRT front row, it's Daniel Paulus Jr. and Ludovic Charette. Only Paulus' second pole of the season, but this means he will be outright the points leader going into tomorrow night's event. Got that bonus point towards the championship for winning the pole. Thomas Troxel and Jack Haas in row number 2. Travis Crampton and Alex Amantali in row number 3. Avery Alford, Eric Monaco in row 4. Blaine Keys and Braden Perez in row 5. Carson Miller and Nicholas Sambadio in row 6. Aiden Davidson and Nathan Smith in row 7. Bernardo de Oliveira, Duncan Ward in row 8. Logan Williams, Darian Arnsdorf in row 9. Isaac Nichols and Nathan Meyer in row 10. Got Tanner Parton and Andrew Miller in row 11. Aaron Lukes and Matthew Hubert in row 12, Trey Bartow and Angel Gutierrez in row 13, Leonard Kochmer and Bryce Egan in row 14, Bruno Diacomo and Brian Webb in row 15, Laura Chung and Kirsten Bell in row 16, Roberto Crown Jr. and LJ Semedo in row 17, Philip Torres and Zachary Fitzwater in row 18, Brad Stover, Christian Master row 19, Drew Webb, Jesse Turner, row 20, Rogel Dorn, Justin Zeidel, row 21. That is how they line up for tomorrow night's race, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on AG the Channel, the Iowa Corn 350. Tonight we got a race in the Body Armor Light Series Showdown. Both the East and West Series are here from Iowa. 32 drivers and 50 laps around this Iowa Speedway. And let me tell you, it was a fun race when we recorded it, so you do not want to miss that. That's 9 p.m. Eastern Time tonight. We got ourselves a Newton 200 here from the Iowa Speedway. Thank you guys so much for watching once again. Congratulations to Daniel Paulus Jr. on his pole position here from the Iowa Speedway. And we will see you guys tomorrow night at 9 p.m. for the Iowa Corn 350. I will see you guys later.